Welcome to another Eat the Fruit production. Have you ever wondered if the story of the Exodus happened earlier than we've been told? Today, we're exploring a fascinating new approach to biblical chronology that suggests the Exodus might have occurred during Egypt's 6th dynasty under the reign of Pharaoh Pepy II and his short-lived successor. Let's dive into this intriguing possibility and see how history and the Bible might align in surprising ways. The story of the Exodus is one many of us know: Moses leading the Israelites out of Egypt, the plagues, the parting of the Red Sea. But before all that, the Bible gives us details about the Israelites' enslavement and the first 80 years of Moses' life. These details lay out a sequence of events that set the stage, an intricate backdrop of struggle, resilience, and destiny. A new king rises to power in Egypt who did not know Joseph. Exodus 1:8. This suggests a significant shift in leadership and policy. This king orders all newborn Hebrew boys to be killed. Exodus 1:22. A brutal attempt to suppress the Israelite population. Amidst this oppression, Moses is born. Exodus 2:2. In a twist of fate, Moses is adopted by Pharaoh's daughter. Exodus 2:5. And raised in the royal household. As a young man, Moses kills an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave and flees Egypt to escape punishment. Exodus 2:12-15. In exile, Moses marries Zipporah and starts a family. Exodus 2:21. After many years, the Pharaoh who wanted Moses dead passes away. Exodus 2:23. God then calls Moses to return to Egypt and confront the new Pharaoh. Exodus 3:4. Moses is 80 years old when he stands before this new Pharaoh. Exodus 7:7. What's remarkable here is that the Pharaoh who adopted Moses lived until Moses was nearly 80 years old. That means this Pharaoh had an exceptionally long reign. Looking into Egyptian history, only one Pharaoh fits this description: Pepy II. Historical records suggest Pepy II ruled Egypt for an astonishing 94 years. As noted by historian Nicholas Grimal, Pepy II is traditionally thought to have governed the country for 94 years. Now, according to the Bible, after this long-reigning Pharaoh dies, his successor's reign is notably short. This successor is the Pharaoh who faces Moses and the 10 plagues, and who ultimately perishes in the Red Sea with his army. Grimal mentions that Pepy II was succeeded by Merenre II, who ruled for only a single year. So we have an alignment, a long-reigning Pharaoh followed by a short-reigning one matching the biblical account. The 10 plagues devastated Egypt, polluted water, dying livestock, destroyed crops. The Israelites left, taking much of Egypt's wealth with them, and the Pharaoh's army was lost. Such calamities would have left a significant mark on Egypt's history. So what do historians find after Pepy II's successor? The end of the Old Kingdom of Egypt was marked by chaos and collapse. Grimal describes it as a period of great confusion, with society falling apart and the nation plunged into turmoil. There were famines limited to the Nile Valley, aligning with the Bible's account of localized devastation. Foreign trade stopped and mining operations in the Sinai Peninsula were abandoned. Egypt, once a mighty empire, was in disarray, just as we'd expect after the events of the Exodus. Now let's talk about timelines. Dr. Aardsma's research places the Exodus around 2447 BC, based on biblical chronology. Traditional Egyptian chronology dates the end of the Old Kingdom and thus Pepy II's reign around 2200 BC. That's a difference of about 247 years. While that might seem significant, uncertainties of a few hundred years are common when dating events from ancient history. Interestingly, some scholars suggest that the first intermediate period of Egypt should be lengthened by about 260 years based on radiocarbon dating. This adjustment would align the end of the Old Kingdom closer to 2460 BC, bringing it nearly in line with Dr. Aardsma's date for the Exodus. Pottery analysis in the Sinai Peninsula and other archaeological findings support this adjusted timeline. So the proposed dates for the Exodus and the collapse of Egypt's Old Kingdom match not just qualitatively but also quantitatively. And here's a fascinating tidbit. If Moses was born during the time of Pepy II, he shares a parallel origin story with another famous figure, Sargon of Akkad. Sargon, like Moses, was said to have been placed in a basket and set adrift in a river, only to be rescued and rise to greatness. Could these overlapping stories hint at common cultural narratives or shared history? So, could the Exodus have happened earlier than we thought? The alignment between the biblical account and Egyptian history during the 6th dynasty offers compelling evidence. By revisiting and adjusting our timelines, we might see that history and scripture tell the same story from different angles. Thank you for joining us. We hope this exploration has sparked your curiosity and encouraged you to look deeper into the pages of history. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, this has been another Eat the Fruit production.